everyone, welcome to Life of Thuy. My new thing for this week is to make biscotti. That's right, something that everyone loves. You walk into those fancy coffee shops and you see them and you wonder how they make them, right? Well, no longer. It's actually, according to my friend and fellow mahjong player who gave me this recipe, Paulette, very easy and simple to make. So we're going to try it out. The kind that she gave me is called double chocolate walnut biscotti. Obviously you can make any kind of modifications that you'd like to it, but let's go ahead and go over our ingredient list. Okay, here we have 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter. We have half a cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of confectioner's sugar, 2 large eggs, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, half a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, and 1 cup of chopped walnuts. Alright, so it says that we've got to preheat the oven to 365 degrees and butter and flour a large baking sheet. Boom! Yes, I was silly and I wrote my name into the butter. But look, now it's gone. Okay, so next it says to whisk together flour, cocoa powder, baking soda, and salt. Okay, so that was easy enough, but this next part seems like it's going to be a little bit tricky for me because it says in another bowl with an electric mixer to beat together the butter and sugar until it is light and fluffy. So here I have my butter and sugar, and I've got my electric mixer. So here we go. I've only used this maybe like once before. It's on the slowest speed. I'm glad I got a big bowl because it's kind of going everywhere. Ooh. It smells good. I'm not sure if it's light and fluffy though, but it looks kind of creamy. Next is to add eggs and beat until combined well. Alright, here's what it looks like after I mixed in the eggs with the butter and sugar. Looks pretty good. So next it says to stir in the flour mixture that we did earlier so that it forms a stiff dough. And then we'll be mixing in our walnuts and chocolate chips. By the way, the recipe called for 3/4 a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, but I only had half a cup left because apparently some snackers in my place have been munching off of them. So I only have half a cup left. So this indeed has formed into a very stiff dough. Okay, for this next part, I'm gonna have to take off my Fitbit and get down and dirty because it calls for my hands to be floured to form these nice 2 flattened logs. I don't even know where to start. Oh man, I just got flour everywhere. It's all over me. It's all over the floor. God. I guess since it says to make 2 flattened logs, I'm just gonna divide this in half. Approximately 12 inches long and 2 inches wide. Then when I'm done with that, I'm gonna sprinkle it with that confectioner's sugar that we measured out earlier. I guess we really didn't have to measure it out because confectioner's sugar, you can just sprinkle it on top. It's not only messy, it's very sticky too, you know. Oh man. is getting everywhere. The ingredients and the recipe so far seem easy and simple enough. Just make sure you have a little bit of time as far as prep. And if you are not really a baker per se, this recipe is easy, but I guess just get organized, you know, just have all of your ingredients and stuff measured and already, you know, put out on display, so you can just kind of keep organized when you mix and put it all together. Got walnuts and chocolate chips sticking all over to my fingers. So weird. Probably a fun activity to do with little kids, because they like getting messy and sticky like this and using their hands. I've got flour all over me. Oh, note to self, wear clothes that are able to get dirty, or wear an apron. I don't have an apron, so I'm glad I wore just a t-shirt and regular workout pants. I feel like I'm playing with Play-Doh. Trying to make these logs as even as I can. Hand washing time. Do you see the 2 logs? There they are, in all of its confectioner sugar glory. Okay, so now we are going to pop them into the oven for 35 minutes, and in the meantime, I'm going to wash up the rest of the dishes, as well as get cleaned up myself. Okay, the kitchen is cleaned up, I'm cleaned up, got no flour on me. Now it's time, after cooling the biscotti for 5 minutes, it says to cut the biscotti diagonally into 3/4 inch slices, and then arrange the biscotti on the cut sides down on the baking sheet, and then bake again for another 10 minutes or until crisp. Alright, there's all of my biscotti all cut up. I'm going to go ahead and turn them onto the cut side down, which some of these are going to have 2 cut sides, obviously, so I'm not sure. Just baking them on one side, I guess, for 10 minutes, and then they'll be done. There they are, turned over on their side. They're going to go into the oven for another 10 minutes. It's so awesome. It actually looks like biscotti that you would get at a store. I can't believe it. It turned out, and it looks great. I don't know how they taste, but we're about to find out. Oh man, it's really good. It's got the crunch from the actual baking, so it's crispy, but then it has the crunch from the chocolate chip cookies and the walnuts. Obviously, substitute anything you want in there for the walnuts. Add pistachio, you know, add macadamia nuts, but man, this is awesome. What better way to enjoy a Saturday afternoon? A little biscotti and your favorite coffee drink. Or with your Mahjong friends.
Thanks, Thuy.
See you next time. Thanks, Paulette. That's my surprise.